Okay, guys, so let's get into today's astrology. We are going to be talking about Mercury Retrograde. Yes, this week, February, will be the 26th of February. Around, if you're in GMT time, it's going to be like 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, let me double check that. Yeah, and I'm in Spain right now, so it's going to be 8:30 on the 26th. We're only having at 22 degrees, right? One of the critical degrees in astrology. Mercury, the planet, which rules communication, it rules the internet, it rules things like how we speak, how we talk, how we write, how we DM, how we email, how we write, how we text, what we put out into the world, how we move around the world, right? Your modes of transport, right? Your methods of communication, all the technology, right? All this stuff. In the sign of its fall, first and foremost, Mercury doesn't do incredibly well in the sign of Pisces, where it is currently residing and will stay during its retrogradation at 22 degrees. It is a sign of detriment. Planet is in detriment when it's opposite from its natural home of domicile, and for Mercury, which rules over the kingdom of Virgo, the kingdom of Gemini. And so standing opposite the sky, it's opposite from its home kingdom in the sign of Pisces, where it doesn't do incredible. It acts completely differently here. It's known to be in its fourth sign, right? And it's really funny, if you go back to my last video, I've been going back to, this is very mercurial, Mercury retrograde, going back to looking at when I first started this channel, like, I don't know. When did I start this channel? A long time ago. I started doing celebrity birth charts, right? And I've been doing those again. And the last person I looked at was Catherine O'Hara, who plays Moira Rose in Schitt's Creek, and she actually has in her birth chart the Mercury retrograde natally. And I do have people close around me, in my close circle, who also have Mercury retrograde too within their birth chart. So you guys actually do pretty well out of this. I do find that people who have retrograde planets in their birth chart, when we do have the retrograde in the sky, it's kind of like your time to shine, because you're used to the chaos. You're used to managing this level of audacity when it comes to planets moving backwards in the sky. Or so it seems in the naked eye. What actually happens is the planet slows down, and it looks like as it's going in a backwards retrograde motion, and it will travel backwards through the degrees. And so I did go through the notes, and we've already been in the Mercury pre-shadow phase, and I do find that the pre-shadow can sometimes be more challenging than the actual retrograde itself. And so, for example, I always say to people during the retrograde, to double check over your travel plans. If you are traveling, try not to. I know it's not always possible to go somewhere you haven't been before. Like for myself, for example, I've been traveling back and forth to the same country on multiple occasions, multiple times a month, and I'm here again, and I had to go a different way than I normally would go because of like issues with different things, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna allow myself more time to get to my destination because I'm an astrologer. I know the language of the sky. So it's retrograde. I'm also human. I'm not, I'm still going to be affected by the planetary action, right? I'm not going to be, I don't get a spiritual golden ticket to bypass this energy. And when I checked my ticket for my connection, I didn't give myself enough time. I booked the wrong ticket. So I had to buy another ticket to make sure I gave myself enough time to make my connection. And so I still allowed myself time, even though I thought I was being really clever. When I actually checked my document, I was like, I haven't given myself enough time at all. Why have I booked this ticket? It's ridiculous. So I had to go back and change it, yeah. And so the pre-shadow started on the 11th of February at around 8 degrees of Pisces. Okay, so from 8 degrees of Pisces, you're going to start to notice that, and I saw this as well actually, where the clients I work with, we had miscommunication with timings, there was miscommunication with appointments. And this is like, I was like, what's going on? I was like, of course, yeah, the shadow period's already started. And for me, for Libra rising, shall we say, I'll use myself as an example. This is my sixth house, right, my work. So my clientele fall into this house. So the clients I was working with, there was miscommunication with that. And also I purposely allowed myself more time to get to destinations, you know. And so the Mercury retrograde will start on the 26th officially, right? So Mercury will turn retrograde at 22 degrees of Pisces, right? So if you have planets out in and around 22 degrees, you can go for a 10-degree orb either way. So that could be anything up until like 2 degrees and 12 degrees, right? Especially if you are a Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini, you're going to feel this the most, right? And of course, Pisces, because this is retrograding within your signs, you're going to feel this, of course. And also the mercurial ruled signs, right? Gemini, Virgo, you guys are going to also be impacted by this too. So check that out. So kind of have a look at your birth chart. And so Mercury retrograde is not this thing that should be feared, and you know, it's about when the planet of communication starts to slow down its forward momentum. This is about, okay, this is not the time now for you to launch anything new. This is the time to actually put the brakes on that and to start to review. It's like having a board meeting with yourself, and I always find with the retrograde, okay, let's see how far we've come. Yes, I know we're only 2 months into February, almost 3 months in. Let's review where we are, what's going on for me, am I on track, did I set some goals, intentions? Sidebar, when we talk about setting goals, intentions for the new year, I never set like my actual goals and stuff like in January. I like to wait for the either come up with the Lunar New Year, which you just had, or the equinox, which will be in spring, right, in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, which is a much more better time to set the intentions. However, I always feel like with the New Year intention, it's great to do something, because I think because there's so much collective energy of everyone doing the same thing together, that setting goals it's all right. Okay, but if you want to use the power of the actual cosmos, then of course you always start with the equinox and the beginning of the actual solar calendar. Okay. However, we're talking about Mercury retrograde, and yes, this is the time to review things. Communication, this is the planet of communication. It's got the brakes on, right? So expect to be misunderstood. Okay, so I always say if you're going to communicate things, or you're going to speak or write something or put something out into the world, to double check that, to triple check that. If you're going to sign documents, send important emails, meet deadlines, have meetings, appointment, whatever it is, right? It's to double check everything. I always say it's not a great time to sign stuff during this time or starting anything new or new venture. I think it's a great time to review things and to refine what you've already done. Or, this, I find sometimes when we have Mercury retrograde, that things come back around. We're like, oh yeah, that opportunity I thought I'd missed, that's come around again. Is this something that I really want to pursue? Okay, the retrograde is like, let's bring this to your attention, let's go, okay. Some people say, and I've seen this to be true, depending on where it falls in your horoscope, in your birth chart, that this can be the time where you will be in contact with ex-lovers again. This is something that's really given this Mercury retrograde, this infamous kind of energy what people are talking about on the internet and stuff. It's becoming popular online and stuff, because this energy, oh my god, this is when your ex is going to come back from the dead, I'm going to DM you, or you're going to get back with your ex, all this stuff, right? And that actually can happen, not for everybody, but it can happen. I noticed when I had Mercury going through my third house, my 11th house, in the past, that actually I'd have friends circle back, but I haven't seen you for a long time. Or especially if it's a third house transit, you'd bump into your friends, or you'd bump into people like you haven't seen for a long time. There's that, or if it's in your work house, I've had Mercury in my sixth house. I've had clients I've not spoken to for a long time, or worked with for a long time, who like come back around and like DM me and email me. So there is that too, where things and people, situations, energy can come back around again. Sometimes when it is a relationship, it's come back around again for a reason, for you to close that loop, close that cycle, to redefine your boundaries, redefine your values. And yeah, you know what, you might be like, oh, I want to make a go at this again. It's like, we both in the work, we're in different places, maybe this can be a thing. I do find that people do break up during a retrograde. They usually get back together, and people who meet and get together in a retrograde, they kind of sometimes dissipate after the retrograde is over. It's like, yeah, what was I thinking? Because the veil is lifted once the retrograde is over. So there is that as well to think about. I think that with the retrograde, because the Mercury rules our communication, our electronic devices, and things like misplacing your phone, losing valuables, keep an eye on your stuff. Mercury can be the trickster, so keep an eye on your valuables. And this is in the water sign as well, so try and keep your water away from your electricals as well. You don't like spill your wine over your iPad or whatever. But yeah, electronics can be. Or I always find that my uh, Alexas and things like that seem to stop working during the retrograde. But no, your Wi-Fi will just go down. Do you know what I mean? Or your laptop won't just turn on anymore. This is silly, annoying things. This is like retrograde energy. All right. So yeah, an amazing time to initiate anything new. Great time to reach out to people who you worked with in the past to collaborate again. Great time to circle back on projects. It's a great time to refine and redefine. Look at what's working, what's not. Great time to put out your boundaries again. Go, okay, let's talk about our relationship. I need to be met. What can I do to do this to support you? How can I best be supported? This sort of stuff, right? Because this is like communicating. Are we communicating enough? Are we communicating clearly, right? Later on in the video, what I'll do, I want to go through all the signs and we'll talk about how this is going to affect all the other signs. So make sure you listen up for your rising sign first and foremost. Right? Your rising sign is the character that you play, the sun sign is the energy that you're born with, and the moon sign is how you feel about it, all right? So these are the three main things: your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign. I find that if you once you get past into your 40s, late 40s, then your sun sign will be really the one that you resonate with most. Okay, but do listen to all three. I always listen to all three. It's really, really telling. Let me go over the dates again for you. So February the 26th, as mentioned, 22 degrees of Pisces. Mercury return retrograde, right? The retrograde period is going to last until the 20th of March. So we've got the end of February all the way through to March, yeah. So it's going to go all the way travel backwards into 8 degrees of Pisces, okay? And then then it will go back into shadow, right? The shadow phase. So it's going to go. So once it goes back to 8 degrees, it's going to go when the shadow starts. It will go from 8 degrees to 22 again, and then forward. And that's going to be the retrograde shadow. Will start from the 20th of March and finish on April the 9th. When Mercury exits the shadow zone at 22 degrees of Pisces, okay? So the full cycle actually starts in February 11th, okay? So you might have started this, things are taking longer than expected. If you're waiting on documentation, they can get. I always say to people at the start of the year, I was dropping my content, my readings, and look, if you've got anything you need to sort out, any documentation, anything you want to legalize, whatever, anything like you want, to get done and dusty, your plans, get those in before the middle of February, because the astrology, we have eclipses, we have retrogrades, we have so much stuff going on, which is going to be challenging for you. Like if you can be forearmed and forewarned, then it's going to really hold you in good stead moving forward. However, life is always lifing. Things don't always work out like that. So you have to sometimes work with what you have. Okay. And so with the Pisces retrograde, because Mercury is in its detriment inside of Pisces, I do find that actually Pisces Mercury is really good for intuition, going within, listening to your intuition. It's more of a spiritual Mercury, whereas Mercury is usually about facts, and it's very air dominated. In the sign of Pisces, this is about feeling, sensitivity, intuition. It's not about facts, it's not about thoughts, it's about feeling and being more emotive and empathic, using your imagination and the dissolving of your fixed boundaries. Okay. So communication is always going to be a bit foggier in the sign of Pisces anyway, because Pisces is like that, especially with Mercury there. But this is like tuning into subconsciously into your gut first and foremost, right? I've noticed myself included, speaking to the people, having really vivid dreams. This is very Mercury retrograde, especially in Pisces, right? There are some pretty good aspects happening with Mercury. So first of all, we have the retrograde on the 26th. Literally the day after, Mercury will make a conjunction to Venus. It's going to be making an aspect to one of the benefics in the sky. So we're talking about retrograde Mercury, maybe an opportunity of love and romance will come back around again. All right, it could be old lovers, new lovers as well, or something that you thought hadn't got off the grind might come back around again. Opportunities to make money. You know, the Venus rules money as well as love. Mercury retrograde, so it's like, okay, there's some money coming back around again, an opportunity to make money, a career advancement. There could be money owed to you, an opportunity where abundance just rolls in. This is Mercury Venus, right? But definitely about reconnecting people from your past. It could be a friend, lovers, you know. And then later on, we'll have in March, a week later on the 7th, Mercury will join the Sun as a conjunction. It's called a cazimi, when Mercury enters the heart of the Sun. This is a really powerful moment. Expect vivid downloads from the universe, aha moments, genius ideas, opportunities offered to you, sudden realizations with the cazimi, right? Great day to journal, reflect, write, and charge your intentions about where you want to go moving forward in your life purpose. The day after that, there's so many positive aspects with this Mercury journey. Mercury will trine Jupiter. So a trine is a harmonious aspect. It means two planets are working harmoniously together for good or for worse. All right. Both of these are going to be in a water sign, very much to do with intuition, with sensitivity, with being empathic, with listening to your guts, with manifesting, delving into spirituality. And then, you know, Jupiter is another benefic. So not only do we have a contact with Venus, the benefic of love and romance, the greater benefic in the sky, which is also retrograding right now, right? We'll be making a conjunction, a trine to retrograde Mercury. So this is, you know, when planets are retrograde, this is very much about internalizing, going within. So sometimes with the retrograde with Jupiter involved, it can be about going within and noticing the sheer abundance and blessings around you. It could be like, you know what, with Jupiter being exalted, what have I overcome over the last year? You know, what are the blessings that I can actually count? What am I grateful for? You know, and making time and space to honour that. Okay. But also as well, you know, Mercury is the messenger, Jupiter is the benefic of abundance and love. So again, there could be money, love, abundance, rolling opportunities coming in, right? Not all like this glistens as gold. Please double, triple check everything, especially when you have Jupiter, which expands and exaggerates everything, and Mercury is the trickster. It is retrograde, so things aren't clear, things aren't quite what they seem. So just take everything with a pinch of salt. Ask to see receipts. I always say that, right? We also have, actually, before I mention the Mars conjunction, which is later on, before the where are we? Yeah, before the cazimi and before it meets Venus, right? No, after it meets Venus. Sorry. Yeah, after it meets Venus, a few days later, we have the eclipse. Why I wanted to mention the eclipse was because this is the Virgo eclipse, right? And the Virgo eclipse means that Mercury is going to be the depositor of the eclipse, right? Because Mercury rules Venus. Mercury rules Venus. Mercury rules Virgo, right? So even though Mercury's not making any aspects to the eclipse itself, it rules the eclipse. So this is very much about communication. You know, remember the eclipses bring faces events. So I feel like there's definitely going to be some sort of message that you're going to receive, news, information, document, something which is going to blow your mind, change your world, plot twist you, derail you, realign you to where you're supposed to be going. This is going to be a south node eclipse. So this is going to be whatever's going to be presented to you or revealed to you will also have an ending to it as well. All right, communication, clarity, secrets being revealed, right? Revelations with Virgo eclipses, right? Eclipses are always like shock, always, right? And with Mercury being the eclipse energy, it's already in fall, right? And so this is going to be linked in with our spirituality, our intuition, our beliefs, our mental wellness, our spirituality. You know, how we connect with others, who we want to connect with. Okay, so I think that's all I want to talk about regarding the Mercury retrograde, regarding the general aspect, the general energy of it. All right. So let's get into it. I want to do. I didn't do cards in my last video because it was eclipse. I never do. I never read. I never do any magic or any spirituality, like cards and as such. When there's eclipse energy, you never tap into that energy. And so I'm going to use my Spanish tarot. I'm in Spain right now, and I think it'd be great to do that. So let's get into it. Let me write down. I'm gonna write. Last time what I did, I literally wrote down all the time zones as I went along, and it worked really well because when I uploaded the video onto YouTube, it was so quick and so easy. So I'm gonna be that bitch who is organised. Once I figure out to use my laptop, there we go, my iPad, sorry. So, if you are a Aries rising sun and moon, you will be having Mercury retrograding in your 12th house, the house of your spirituality, the house of your sleep, your rest, your mental wellness, your downfall. And so, with retrograde being in the 12th house, this could be a great time for you to revisit, right? Where it is you are self-sabotaging your forward momentum. All right, Aries, you got Saturn, you have Neptune in your sign. So there's going to be a lot of heaviness, a lot of like, okay, realizations, a lot of like, I want to go forward with my dreams, goals, and desires. I have plans, I have goals. Saturn's like, you got to do the work, honey. Neptune is like, let's dissolve boundaries, let's dream big. And then we have Mercury retrograding in 12 houses. Like, what do I need to let go of when it comes to showing up as my most aligned, highest version of me? What are my limiting beliefs? What are my self-sabotaging behaviors? Okay, so maybe you might be thinking about going on a spiritual journey or a long distance trip. This is the 12th house. It'd be great to go back to somewhere you've already been before, somewhere you visited, or somewhere you've always wanted to go, you always talked about maybe, that'd be something. I think it'd be a good time to like investigate that. I wouldn't necessarily go during this period. I think that once the retrograde is over, it'd be a great time to book those flights, get those things organised and sorted moving forward. But before that, I'd probably wait because there can be like delays and confusion around travel dates, plans, and just movement in general. The retrograde in 12th house is also linked in with your sleep, your dreams, your intuition. So some of you be getting like really prolific downloads from the universe, ancestors visiting you in your dreams, and everything's a great time to journal and to keep a dream diary. And also, the Mercury retrograde is asking you to revisit your self care, to revisit your habits for mental wellness. Are you making time for you? Are you making time for sleep? This is a really great time to dive into spirituality, do breath work, do sound baths, meditation, go within, self care, take time for you. Okay. What else do I want to say about that? I think we're going to be good with that. I think that's good. All right. Let's do a card for Aries rising sun and moon. Ooh. This just jumped out. What do you want to say? Ooh, okay. So you have the Page of Cups. All right. So I'm going to say you're one of the signs, right, that have been thinking about ex-lovers, ex-partners, and you may even have contact with them during this retrograde period because this is Mercury retrograde. The Cups energy is about love and romance, okay? And this is the 12th house, the hidden house, okay? So what is your downfall? Who's holding you back? What karmic ties do you need to cut? It could be that if there's no one, you might even meet somebody who is like a karmic past life lover, because the 12th house also rules past lives too. And so Mercury retrograde being in the 12th house could be bringing you karmic love and karmic destiny from like past lives through new lovers to teach, for whatever lesson that you need to learn, okay? This could be lessons to do with the relationships you're already in, speaking your truth, and also knowing that your needs are also valid and boundaries are really important too, okay? Good luck with that, Aries. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, hit me up. I'll leave all the links in the show notes. And of course, I would love it if you'd like, subscribe, share, follow, do all the things. Thank you so much. If you are a Taurus, rising, sun, and moon, you are going to be having the retrograde happening for you in the 11th house, the house of your friends, your social circle, your dreams, goals, and desires. And some of you will be hearing from friends you haven't hung out with in a long time, bumping into people you haven't connected with for a long time. You could be like in your local area, you're bumping into somebody you haven't seen for like decades. You know, this happened to me when I had the 11th house transit. I was talking about it in the intro. And so you guys could be like bumping into people you haven't seen for a long time, you know, in the most randomest places. Especially when it can be, when it's like a place that you frequent, because 11th house rules things like the groups that you're part of. So it could be like you're going to go to your gym and there's going to be people that there's going to be like your high school friends there or something. I've seen for like for years and we'll catch up and stuff. Okay, and for you as well, it's really important to revisit your long-term plans, goals, dreams, and desires, because the 11th house is your I like to call the 11th house your vision board house. It's the house of your gains. All right, it's one of the wealthier wealth houses as well, and this is about manifesting huge amounts of money. This is about your dreams, your goals, your desires, what your capabilities are, your purpose. So it could be like, you know, Mercury retrograde is going to either going to bring you opportunities that you thought you'd missed through like work, career, friends, the group that you're part of, who are going to like redirect you and help you get what you want. Or it could be that you are going to revisit your dreams, your goals, your plans, and be like, how do I need to refine this goal? I still want to achieve this in 5 years or 10 years or in 6 months or in a year or a month from now. What do I need to do? What's working? What isn't working? Or what friendships are online for me, which are not? You know what I mean? It's like about reorganizing part of your life. It could be that you're giving too much energy to the wrong people. So there is that too. Okay. You guys have Uranus going to your first house as well. Uranus is going to move in March. And then it's Uranus moving in March. I'm thinking Uranus moves in March, right? And so you guys are going to be acting up hella crazy anyway. With Uranus, plenty of unpredictable change going through it. Some of my Taurus people can get like random tattoos and stuff with the Uranus energy, right, of unpredictability. And you Taurus people are acting up during this time. But yes, some of you might let some friendships go during this period. There's good miscommunication with friendships as well, so just make sure that you are clear with what you're saying or what you're not saying. All right, yeah. Um, you have the eight of wands, and so you are going to be so busy during this retrograde period. Watch how you move about. Mercury rules travel, so allow yourself more time. I don't want you to be rushing around, breaking speed limits and doing God knows what. Be careful how you move around with the eight of wands, like being really busy and frantic and doing all the things, striking while the iron's hot. Yes, go after the plans. Yes, go after the goals. Don't sign anything. Wait until the retrograde is over. Taurus, it is no rush. Okay, Uranus is in the first house, making you want to be here, there, everywhere, do all the things. Pause, reflect, breathe, take time. Okay, because the retrograde is asking you to go within, to trust your gut, to listen to your intuition. Okay. And good luck with that. If you like a personal reading with me, hit me up. And of course, I'd love it if you'd like to subscribe and share this video. Good luck. If you are a Gemini rising sun and moon, you will be having Mercury retrograde happening for you in the 10th house as your public persona, how you're seen by others, your work, your career, your status, okay, your parents, your grandparents are in this house too, 10th house, right? So for you guys, I would say I would double, triple, quadruple check when you are sending emails when it comes to work, who you're sending them to, what you're sending. You don't be sending your nudes to your boss or whatever, right? That sort of thing. As well as, I don't know why I'm laughing, it's not funny. As well as, please back up if you have like I don't. This is not my arena at all. I've never worked in an office, never had a 9 to 5 or a normal job or a corporate world. If you guys have to back up your files or have PowerPoint presentations or anything with information that just needs to be saved and presented, make sure it's signed, saved, sealed, secure. All right. Misplacement of work folders, laptop, all that sort of things. Just double, triple check everything. Make time. Allow for delays, miscommunication to happen. Some of you may circle back around, have an opportunity come up for you, when you come to work and career. So there could be some advancement with that. If you're presented with something or offered something, just double check every detail. You know, Mercury, especially in Pisces, can be very confusing. So make sure. I always like repeat back what I think I'm hearing to what someone is saying, so they can hear back what they've presented to me. It's a really good way to be like, okay, well, this is what you said, this is what I'm hearing. Are we on the same page? Okay, so there is that too. Because this is the 10th house as well, so there could be miscommunication with family members. There could be some secrets being revealed around family stories and family lineage as well. So maybe you may, this is the 10th house, this is to do with your status as well. And so there could be something come up where you are going to review relationships, about what's working, what isn't working. You know, am I going to go back to an ex? Am I going to hear from an ex? Do I want to reach out to somebody regarding ex relationships? Or do you want to take my relationship to the next level? Do you need to have a conversation with my partner about something? So that's all energy, okay? Let's do your card, Gemini. Card just jumped out. Where did it go? Oh, okay. This is really cool. So you have the King of Cups, and I love the King of Cups, right? Because not only is it it's a water sign, right? This is going to be like a huge Cancerian, Pisces, water energy where Mercury is residing right now. The King energy is very much about the 10th house, right? The King doesn't sit like below, it sits in the highest part of the chart. And so for you, this is like stepping into your arena. You could be presented with something, especially when Mercury goes Kazemi, especially when Mercury is making a conjunction to Venus, right? Especially when Mercury comes into a story with Mars as well, where you might be thrust into like the limelight with your work and career for the right reasons, okay? So like I said to you, you might be offered something, it could be an opportunity for you to grow and expand, something where you're going to be like recognized and like respected for what you do. Okay, so look forward to that, and also with the retrograde, with the Mercury retrograde of communication, the King of Cups, there could be like a lover coming in who is really stable, secure, emotionally secure in their feelings, and who is also able to express their vulnerability to you, and you can connect on a high level. All right, so that's really worth noting. And if you already, if you're already in a partnership, this is about strengthening ties, moving that relationship forward. Like I said, the 10th house is your public status, so you may take your relationship to the next level. However that looks for you. I'd love it if you'd like to subscribe and share. If you want a personal reading with me, DM me. I'll leave all the information in the show notes for you to book a reading. All right. Good luck with that. Okay, so if you are a Cancer, rising, Sun, and Moon, writing the timestamps down, you will be having Mercury going retrograde in your ninth house of your spiritual beliefs, of legal arena, right, of documentation, of travel, of religion, of higher education. Okay, so you maybe like, you know what, I need to really knuckle down and finish my dissertation, whatever it is. I need to submit this documentation. I need to submit my course. I had some stuff. I had some like documentation stuff going on. I was like, you know what? I want to get all my ducks in a row, all my paperwork sorted before the retrograde, which is what I did last month. So now I'm awaiting the results of that. And so I'm hoping you guys listen to my past videos and you've also done the same thing. So you could be hearing back from anything to do with travel plans, documentation, visas, legal stuff, anything to do with lawyers and solicitors. This is the time to hear back from that. Not a great time to initiate that. Good time to hear back from, refine, review, etc. Okay, you may decide to go back to university to college to relearn something. You might decide to brush up on your offerings. You could be like, you know what, I have this course I want to put out into the world. I want to teach people how to crochet their birth chart, something. I don't know, just straight off my head, and you're gonna like put that into existence. You're gonna do the work to launch that later on in the year by doing the work now, by refining that, so refining what you know. This could be you delving back into spirituality. This could be you delving back into, okay, what is it? What is that I believe when it comes to my spiritual beliefs? What do I believe when it comes to my religious beliefs, my philosophy in life? Okay. You may decide to revisit a foreign land which you've already been to before, right? Retrograde, going back to a foreign land, right? Rules travel. If you are traveling, like I said, Mercury rules travel miscommunication, allow more time to travel, double check your flight itineraries, please. Okay, check your MOTs, your car, oil, engine, all that sort of stuff. Okay. Let's do. The reason why I say cards is that's travel. It's like how you travel, right? Well, the cards is more third house, but Mercury itself is mode of transportation. And so for you, Cancer, let's have a look. Where's your card? Yeah, and so I feel like with the Eight of Swords coming up, what is that held you back? What is it about your beliefs that have been bestowed upon you that you're like, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't believe that anymore. Just because I've done things this one way, it's not working for me. Just because my parents did this thing, because my partner did this, or just because I grew up believing this, that doesn't mean that I have to carry the weight of that. Okay, it's about releasing yourself from bondage. It's releasing yourself from limiting beliefs around scarcity mindset, around poverty, around self-worth and self-love. You've learned this through your friends, your friendships, people texting me, and uh, I haven't happened with further train of thought. Your friends, your friendships, and about okay, what is it that I believe to be true? What can I release myself from bondage, from my spiritual beliefs? It could be that you've been embroiled in something when it comes to legalities that you are going to finally be able to break free from during the retrograde. Okay. If you would like a personal reading with me, hit me up, of course. I'll leave all the information in the show notes for you to do so. And I would love it if you'd like, subscribe, and share this channel. Thank you. If you're a Leo, rising, sun, and moon, you are going to be having Mercury retrograding in your eighth house, honey. The house of transformation, death, rebirth, sex, taxes, transformation. We said that. Other people's money, partners' money, banks, loans, debts, consolidations, and inheritance. Just that. I was in the eighth house, such a massive house, right? So Mercury retrograde through there, what does that mean for you? This means that this is a great time to sort out your finances, okay? To reach out to people you owe money to, get that sorted. People that owe you money, make sure you DM those people as well. Send out the invoices, chase those invoices up, clear old money leaks, go through your banking app, be like, I cancel that subscription. I didn't know I was paying that out. There's an app you can use to do all that as well. It's about getting your finances in order, okay? Your partner's money could be affected by this too, because that has to be a partner. If it's not your actual partner you're married to, it could be a business associate as well. Okay, so it's a good time to get your ducks in a row when it comes to money. There could be money coming in through things that like clients, like old clients. Like I find when Mercury goes to my eighth house retrograde, that I have clients who I haven't worked with in a long time. Just be like, hey, I want to book back in again with you. Can I buy X, Y, and Z? Can I book in a consultation with you? Can I book a meeting with you? Can I do this? You haven't heard for a long time because he's retrograde, bringing people back from the past. Okay. So there is that. You're one of the signs because this is the eighth house of sex and intimacy. He may decide to have like liaisons with ex-lovers. Enjoy that. That's what you want to do, of course. Um, just know that once the retrograde is over, you are going to have to deal with the consequences of your actions. Okay, so do with that whatever you want to. All right, I'm a Libra rising, fifth house stellium. I'm always about having the fun, but just remember, everything has ramifications. Okay. Um, really great time to revisit spirituality, to revisit your tarot practice, astrology, spiritual practices. Right, great time to communicate clearly. Right, what it is that you want when it comes to your most interpersonal relationships. Okay, so there is that too. All right, let's look at your tarot, Leo. So, Leo rising, sun and moon. The cards have been jumping out. Yeah, yeah. So you have the Eight of Cups. So it's the eighth card. This is the eighth house we're talking about, right? The eighth house is about losses, endings, whatever. We've got an eclipse going on soon. I always feel like around the eclipse for you guys, because also as well, we're going to be this won't be a Leo eclipse. We are going to be having a Leo eclipse in the summer, but before that, um, we're going to be having Mercury going cazimi in the heart of the sun. And this is a great time for you to be like, okay, what isn't working for me anymore? What relationships am I walking away from? What old money stories of abundance can I walk away from that I don't need to carry anymore? Where can I rewrite my story around wealth acceptance? What old pain and hurt can I let go of? Okay. What lessons have I learned that I can take with me and then move forward stronger with knowledge, right? So I have to repeat the same shit again, okay? So yeah, good luck with that. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, I'll leave all the information in the show notes for you to do so. I would love it if you'd like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you. So let's get into my tea, and then let's go with Virgo rising, sun, and moon. You will have your ruler Mercury stationing to go retrograde on the 26th of February, all the way through to April, when it'll be out of shadow in its sign of fall, in detriment, opposite you, opposing you in the house of your relationships, Virgo. So you are 100% one of the signs who will be dealing with past relationships, ex-lovers, right? Ex-friendships, old business associates. It could be, if you're already in a relationship, yes, you may be still be texting ex-partners, or it could be that you will be either reviewing your relationship, be like, you know what, we need to discuss some stuff, or it could be that, you know, there can be some old triggers that you thought you'd worked on, or maybe you haven't worked on, and this is to come back around again for you to deal with it. The retrograde brings back issues that need to be dealt with. So it could be like, you know, whatever issues that you and your partner will be having, this is going to be amplified during this time. The energy for you to communicate clearly, and also to listen, because communication is not just you speaking. Communicating is also, to be a good communicator, is like, well, am I hearing you, or am I hearing my own voice? Can I hold space for my loved ones, right? Can I communicate my needs in my business relationships too, in my contractual agreements? Okay, there could be some contractual agreements that need to be refined and released. Your partner may be going through some stuff when it comes to contractual agreements and their ex-partners too, so there is that as well. Okay, let's hatch out, because this squares your work and your family as well. So there could be some old family stuff coming up for you, and also stuff around work and career. So what am I doing in my life? You know, is my decision serving me? Where can I, this for you? This is because it's an angular house, right? Because the seventh house is on the angular work. The first, fourth, seventh, and 10th. Whenever you have angular house activation, it's about having a huge life overhaul. It's not about starting anything new. Okay, it's about just doing the housekeeping. Okay. Okay, so yeah, and so you have the Five of Swords. Like I said to you, communicating is two ways. Communicating is not just about listening and speaking and trying to get somebody in. And you know, when you speak, when you listen, are you just waiting for the person to finish so you can speak, or are you listening with intention? You know, this is a two-way thing. This is not just to do with your lover or lovers. It's to do with all of your relationships. This is the seventh house. It covers all of your relationships. So it could be like, you know, your family. It could be your friends. It could be the people you work with. Of course, it is love and romance. It's the seventh house, ruled by Libra, of course. But it's also contracts and contractual agreements. So please double and triple check before you have to sign and negotiate anything. Okay. Mercury is in Pisces, a sign of an illusion. So all that glistens isn't always gold. Okay. I would love it if you'd like to subscribe and share this video. And of course, if you want a personal reading with me, check out the show notes for the link to do so. Okay, Libra rising, sun and moon. I am one of you. I'm a Libra rising. Just write in the show notes, the timestamps down. Libra rising, sun and moon. We will be having Mercury going retrograde 26th February all the way through to April, 22 degrees, right? I'm in the sixth house of your health, of your work. So for you guys, you could be like, you know what, I'm going to go back to the gym again. I've literally just signed up to go. My fitness is like so busy because I'm a professional dancer as well. and so I'm always busy. But I haven't been to the gym for such a long time, and now I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start. I've literally just signed up to go to the gym. I'm starting tomorrow. So this is very Mercury sixth house shit, going back to old routines, right? So this is a really great way to deal with that karma. So it could be you're revisiting old health routines, revisiting your diet, revisiting your health. This is the house of health. The sixth house is about getting organised. All right, we have Pisces in the sixth house, so we can be disorganized in our organization, but it works, right? Mercury here is like, okay, let's get shit sorted. Okay, so it could be for you. Okay, I want to try and be more on schedule, right? I want to try and think about what is uh, taking my attention and my energy away, and what can I actually focus more on? You know what I mean? Mercury in the sixth house is about delays when it comes to how you get about. So it allows you to have more time when you're traveling around here and everywhere. The sixth house does also rule pets too, so it could be a good time to get them all checked up and checked out as well. Okay. Uh, and Mercury also deals with the people that you employ and work with. So you might be hearing back from can't get my words out, old job opportunities and prospects, okay, or people that you used to work with, okay, as well, could be coming back around again, or you may decide to, reach out to them too, all right. Um, but ultimately, this is about just getting yourself organized and to prioritize your needs and desires and prioritize your goals too, and to streamline your days better so you're not just wasting your time on too many things when you could be hyper focusing on what's really important for you. Okay, but yeah, definitely get your ducks in a row when it comes to the food that you eat, the supplements that you take, the food you consume, the people that you talk with, the content you consume, right? This is about just getting everything in order so you can give your best, honey. All right. Well, let's look at your card. So, Libra sixth house, Mercury retrograde. You could bump into like ex-lovers at in the workspace too. Just putting that out there. That happened to me today. Oh, okay. So, King, this is so funny. King of Wands. All right. So yes, 100%. You could be bumping into people through work, at work, uh, love affairs through work. Maybe I'm not ruling it out. The King of Wands is saying to you, let's get our ducks in a row. Let's get our shit together, Libra. If you want to be a bad bitch, 2026, use this Mercury retrograde to redefine your days, your diary, your schedule, your life. Cut away with anything toxic when it comes to health, when it comes to food, drink, when it comes to people, friends, whatever it is, right? So you can end on a high as the king of wands himself, with fire energy, calling it abundance, calling it that cash, being someone who is really well known for all the right reasons. Love that for us, I really do. It's a kind of success, really. So yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. If you'd like a personal reading with me, hit me up. I'll leave all the information in the show notes for you to do so. And I would, of course, love it if you'd like to subscribe and share this video. Thank you. If you are a Scorpio rising, sun, and moon, for you, you will be having the retrograde of Mercury at 22 degrees from the 26th of February all the way through till April, happening for you in the fifth house. So, Scorpio, you are 100% one of the signs who will be either dealing with messing around with, fooling around with ex-lovers, ex-partners, whatever, or they could be coming back around again into your stratosphere. You may not mean that you're gonna like DM them, message them, meet them. It could be like you might even hear from them or hear about them. You know what I mean? Or there could be something coming up. Oh my god, I can't believe that. That's the thing. And the fifth house also rules your luck, good fortune, money, entrepreneurship. So there could be money coming back around that you might have missed out on, or opportunity to do work and career that you might have missed out on, especially if you're in your own business too. Really good for that, amazing for that. The fifth house was fun and dating, so you could be like, oh, I used to really enjoy doing. I used to really enjoy doing rollerblading or karaoke, so I'm going to go back into that again. Or I really enjoy painting or crocheting, so I'll make more time for that. The fifth houses are all children too, so they can be acting up during this time as well if you're surrounded by those. But a great time to also embrace your inner child and have more fun too. The key theme for you is like, what can I do to nourish my life, nourish my soul through childlike innocence or and excitement? Okay. Um, but yeah, I like the Mercury retrograde in fifth house because it could be money coming back around again somehow. Be careful. I would say be careful to not misplace a large amount of cash either. All right. Your so it could be like I always dash like I don't know bands in the house somewhere. I want to make sure that they're like safe, secure in the bank, wherever. Right. So what is your card, Scorpio? You have the Ace of Cups. So no, you don't. You have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. So this is amazing because it lines up with the fifth house. Right? This is an opportunity for you. The fifth house is business, it's work, it's career, it's self-employment, it's your skill and talent. You could be gifted some monetary value for your skill and talent. Okay, you could be even just having like a really great idea about a business that you want to launch. I would say do the groundwork now, right? Whatever you want to do. Do not launch till after the retrograde if you want to make full monetization of the money. Doors will be opening for you and portals are opening for you. This is the time now to do the research, Mercury retrograde, all right? Plan behind the scenes before you put it out there because you will be successful, the money will be there and you will be supported when the time is right, all right? So just bear that in mind. If you'd like a personal reading with me, I'll leave the information in the show notes for you to link that. It will link you to my store where you can buy a consultation with me for tarot astrology. And of course, I would so love it if you'd like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you. If you are a Sagittarius rising, sun and moon, you will be having Mercury retrograde in your fourth house, honey. And so for you guys, the fourth house rules your family, it rules your home, where you live, your inner feelings, right? Your secrets, your close circle. And some of you guys with the retrograde, some of you may be literally going back to your home. You'll be going back to revisit your family, back to visit your mum, your dad, whoever it is, right? The people that you call home, the place that you call home, people that you find familiar. You may be in contact with more family, you might be like, oh, are you maybe like estranged from a family, certain family member? I get my words tight. Certain family members who then are going to be like just WhatsApping you with like some family revelation or something, especially with the eclipses going on as well. Which the Mercury is the depositor of the next eclipse of Virgo, and for you that's going to be your 10th house. And so the family dynamics for you can be really important when it comes to your work, your career, where you live, who you live with, what you do for a living, what you're known for, are all going to be up for discussion, renewal, transformation, and change. Okay. You may move house, you may move home because this is Mercury's movement. Let's get your card, Sagittarius. Yeah, and so you have the Seven of Cups. So for you, this energy is about, okay, what is it do I actually want? There's so many things that are gifted to me right now. Not all that glistens is gold, right? So make sure you take everything with a pinch of salt. Ask questions, ask for receipts, repeat back to people what they are saying to you. So to make sure you're on the right page, read all the T's and C's before you agree to anything. Okay. You're allowed to dream big, you're allowed to manifest, but you also need to do the work and you also need to get serious and real about where you want to be, what you want to do, and who you want to be doing it with. Okay. So, Sagittarius, if you'd like a personal reading with me, check out the information in the show notes for the link for you to do so. Book yourself a reading with me one-on-one. And I would love it if you would like, subscribe, and share on this video, my love. Okay. Thank you so much. Good luck with that. If you are a Capricorn rising, sun and moon, you will be having Mercury retrograding for you in the third house, the house of your communication, right? How you communicate to others, your local area and your environment, your siblings, your friendship circle, your skill, what you're known for, your modes of transportation, your travel, right? Some of you might be decided to travel, right? You might book some flights to this is when I see third house activations, usually like short distance trips. So you could get you're just really busy here, there, everywhere within your local community, right? And bumping into old friends and old lovers in your local community, all right? So that could be one thing. And watch out for modes of transportation breaking down, third house, cars, right? Allow yourself more time to get to your appointments. There is that too. Break down communication when it comes to your friends. All right, secrets and truths being revealed around friends and siblings as well. So watch out for that too. You could be revisiting anything to do with your skill. Right, but you know what? I want to refine my skill. I want to hit up this mentor. I want to take this course. I want to spend more time working on my skills. Okay, so I can showcase them to the world to make more money. All right. Okay, so the tarot card for you, Capricorn, during this time, the Mercury retrograde happening for you, 22 degrees, remember, from the 26th of February all the way through to April. Okay, so not a good time to sign anything new, to start anything new. Not a good time to get back with your ex. If you are doing that already, then you know, I keep getting you will pay the price. So, what is the card? Okay, you have the Emperor. This is very much to do with getting your life in order. Okay, so for you, this is about okay. I need structure. I need stability. I need to channel my focus and energy on what it is I want to be doing, where I want to be doing it, and what I want to be known for, who I want to be doing it with. Like I said, the third house is to do your skill, your interest, your hobbies, your talent. This is a really great card for laying down firm foundations when it comes to your working career, when it comes to working with people who are, safe, grounded, knowledgeable. You can become safe, grounded, and knowledgeable too. This is about doing the hard work, showing up for yourself, showing up for your dreams, your goals, and desires, and being firm when it comes to going after what you want. Okay. Um, if you're waiting on some sort of like legal decision to come through as well, that could come back around again. There could be some more work involved with paperwork and things like that as well, there for you. Okay, so just bear that in mind. If you'd like a personal reading with me, check out the information in the show notes. I'll leave all the information there for you to book a personal reading with me. And if you like this video, I'd love if you'd like, subscribe, share, do all the things. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you are a Aquarius rising sun and moon, I am an Aquarius sun. I'm one of you. Girl, you are having Mercury, planet communication, stationing in retrograde 22 degrees in the sign of Pisces in detriment on the 26th of February, all the way through to the first week of April, first 2 weeks of April, right? And this is going to be in the house of your money. So there's going to be this is a few ways this is going to play out. There's going to be money coming in owed to you, right? 100% money. Mercury, Venus make a conjunction. Mercury's already been dancing with the North Node. It's going to make a conjunction to Kazemi with the Sun. And there's going to be a triumph from Jupiter. So money is going to be blessed. There's going to be money coming in, opportunities coming in, but also you're going to be investing that money into your future as well. So it's going to be like outgoings, right? But not like frivolous, like, oh, fuck, I've got to pay this, I've got to pay that, or this unexpected thing. It's not like that. It's like, okay, I'm going to invest this money. So it could be like, for me, for example, I've been investing money in flights because I've been working away a lot, okay? But it's advancing my career. For example, I've been spending money on courses because, again, it's a career advancement, things like that. So yeah, money's going to be available to you. Opportunities will come back in for you, Aquarius, as well when it comes to work and career, because this is the second house. So there could be a job opportunity. Someone's going to reach out to you when it comes to your work and career for you to up level and advance your career. Read the small print, ask for what you want, listen to what they're saying. Read the fine print, okay? Enjoy the blessings, of course, but just iron out the details, okay? Make sure you do that. What else do you want to say? Yeah, I think that's it really, because this is your money house, and I think money's going to be okay for you. It's going to be all right. Your card, Aquarius. How are you guys feeling actually? Because we had an eclipse on, eclipse literally last week. I think it was last week. Ew, we have the Page of Swords. So for you, Aquarius, I'm speaking to myself when I say this too. I want you to go through your finances, open your banking app. I want you to eliminate any energetic money leaks when it comes to subscriptions, to things that it could be you're paying for a subscription which you don't even use. Clear those out. Get in touch with people that you owe money to. Diminish those finances. Get in touch with people that owe you money. All right, get your ducks in a row when it comes to your money story, because this is a huge act of self love. This is about cutting away scarcity beliefs around your finances, around your self worth. Because the more you have self love and self worth, the more your abundance level grows too, and the more you love yourself, the more the money rolls in. Okay, so enjoy that. All right. The Page of Swords is also a messenger. So, like I said to you, there's going to be something coming in for you, where money is going to be involved. You're going to be offered some money. It's going to be a job opportunity. It's not new. It's something that's already happened. It may not have happened how you wanted to the first time around, or it may be like something that never really got off the ground, but now it will. Okay. So yeah. Aquarius, if you'd like a reading with me, I'll leave the link in the show notes for you to do so. All right, you can book a reading with me. We can talk it out. And if you like this content, I'd love it if you'd like, share, subscribe, do all the things. Okay. Thank you so much. Pisces, rising, sun, and moon. Let me just write down the timestamps. We have, first of all, Pisces, you are the star of the show. It is Pisces season, and also you have Mercury stationing retrograde in your sign at 22 degrees on the 26th of February, all the way through till April, where the planet of miscommunication is going to be sitting in your sign. So for you guys, I want to say like the system shut down, the brain is turned off, it is not computing, you can't get your words out, no one knows what you're saying, you're not anyone else is saying either, miscommunication on a riot. Not a great time to start anything new. Really good time to go back to. You could be like, you know what? I look cute with my hair like that. Why did I ever change it? And we're going back to an old style, you know. Not a good time to fuck with your look when it comes to, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm going to radically change my look. Wait till the retrograde's over. Not a good time to. I will say Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde. Not a good time to mess with your hair, your face, cosmetic treatments, anything like that. Great time to be like, you know what? I used to have my hair this colour before. I really liked it. I look really good. I'm going to go back to it again, right? Revisiting old styles and stuff. I always found when I Mercury in the first house, I started listening to like really old music. I used to listen to it when I was like a kid or like a teenager or whatever. So there is that vibe as well. You are one of the signs where you will get, because this is also seventh house, where you may be dealing with relationship issues that you thought you dealt with already. Okay, it's gonna be a karmic ending or a cycle to that as well, because this is the retrograde is the depositor of the eclipse, which is going to be happening in the beginning of March as well, and so it could be like old relationship fears, dynamics, stories, problems, issues that need to be ironed out, so you can both move forward either together or separately, right? And there's that energy playing about. Okay, allow yourself more time for travel, allow things to break down, not you, as in like your electrical equipment. Take time when you're traveling here and everywhere in your car, your modes of transport too as well. Okay, take everything that you hear with a pinch of salt. Question everything. Mercury in Pisces is very much about disillusion, very much about the trickster, very much about lies. But it's really good for downloads from the universe. It's really good for intuition. It's really good for dreams and journaling and painting and dancing, getting creative and all spiritual healing. Right, really good for that. Your card, Pisces. Let's have a look. Where are you? Oh yeah, look. And look, you have the Fool, darling. First of all, don't be the fool. Okay, I was just said to you, Mercury in Pisces is very much the trickster energy. So with the Fool, I would say don't be the fool. Okay, if it doesn't feel right, then that's a reason for it. And like I said in the intro, listen to your intuition with Mercury in Pisces. Okay, listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, listen to your spirit guides, your downloads, all that sort of stuff, right? Because this is where it's going to be golden. Your gut never lies. Okay, so listen, take everything you hear with your soul, and set yourself free. The Fool is about, you know what? I want to move forward. I want to move forward with knowledge, with healing, with cut severing and ending of anything or anyone is no longer serving me, all right? The retrograde is about, okay, let's revisit the past. I don't need to live there, but I'm going to revisit it. I'm going to take what I've learned from the past, from past mistakes. There's no mistakes from past challenges. What have I learned, and what can I move forward into my bright new future with that? Okay. I would love it if you love that video. I would love it if you like, subscribe, and share. And if you want a personal reading with me, check out the link in my bio for you to go onto my page, look at all the services that I do, book something with me, and get a personal reading. And of course, I would love it if you'd like, subscribe, and share this channel. And I'll catch you on the next video.